Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Welcome back to the class of Money and Banking and Finance. Today is our fifth lecture of Money and Banking. Today we will discuss the inflation, deflation, and stagflation. These are the main topics of today's lecture. Dear students, you already have knowledge about the inflation and deflation. I hope you have studied in the macroeconomics the inflation and deflation. These are the macroeconomic factors: inflation, deflation, stagflations. These are studied in the macroeconomics. Today again we will discuss in money and banking the inflation, deflation, and stagflation. Let me start with the very first topic of today's lecture, that is inflation. Inflation is a persistent upward movement in the general average or average level of prices. Dear students, inflation is a persistent increase in the price level. Simply you can say the persistent increase. It means that the continuous increase in the prices of goods and services is called inflation. In Pashto, we call it inflation. Inflation दस यो सिचुएशन दे چې په دې سچویشن کې د تولیداتو د خدماتو قیمتونو کې کنټینیوسلی اضافه والی راځي، مسلسل اضافه والی راځي. مسلسل اضافه والی د قیمتونو د تولیداتو کې چې کله راشي دې ته موږ انفلاسیون وایو، انفلیشن. There are two types of inflation. Economists identify two types of inflation. The first is demand pull inflation. The second is cost pull inflation. What is the demand pull inflation? Demand pull inflation occurs when aggregate demand for goods exceeds aggregate supply of goods at current price. It means that there is no change in prices of the goods and services, but there is aggregate change in demand of goods and aggregate change of supply of goods. It means that demand pull inflation says that when the demand increases then supply of goods, but there is no change in price. If there is spare capacity means اضافه capacity ظرفیت لرو خو موږ تولیدات نشو جوړولی، such as unemployed workers موږ لرو، کارمندان لرو، کار کولی شي اما unemployed دي، وظیفې نه لري، کارونه نه لري چې کار وکړي. ظرفیت لرو، ظرفیت د مین پاور دی. we have manpower, we have workers, but they are unemployed. دوی سره وظیفې نشته، دوی څه نشي کولی. underused factories موږ فیکټریز لرو لیکن کار نه کوي، بند پراته دي. So these are the spare capacity. Manpower هم لرو، factories هم لرو, but we cannot get anything from the manpower and anything from the factories. Extra demand may lead to increased production and employment without any rise in price. دغه اضافه ډیمانډ موږ دې ته مجبوره کوي چې پروډکشن اضافه کړو، امپلایمنٹ اضافه کړو، بغیر له دې نه چې په پرایسز کې اضافه ورلی راشي. This is called demand pull inflation. What are the causes of demand and pull inflation? Factors on demand side and factors on supply side. Factors on demand side: increase in money supply. کله چې money supply کې اضافه والی راشي نو demand pull inflation رامنځته کیږي. کله چې government expenditures کې اضافه والی راشي. You better know about the government expenditures. When government make expenditures It means that they invest in different projects. सड़कों जोड़ाई, कॉलेजों जोड़ाई, यूनिवर्सिटीज जोड़ाई, हॉस्पिटल्स जोड़ाई, अंडरपासेस जोड़ाई, रेलवे लाइन्स जोड़ाई, मेट्रो बसेस लाइन्स जोड़ाई. These are the all government expenditures. So this government expenditure will bring the demand pull inflation. Private expenditures की में इजाफा वाले रश. Private investors expenses शुरू की वो मुख्तलिफ securities की. It means it brings demand pull inflation. Increase in population की इजाफा वाले रशी. It also brings the causes of demand pull inflation. अब black money इजाफा शी. खलक दे पजे छे white money की investment की दुई black money की investment शुरू की. It will also bring a demand pull inflation. So these are the causes of factors of demand side, but there are factors on supply side as well. Slow industrial and agricultural production. Like a Makki Mungu Valley, we have capacity, but we are not getting most of these factors, such as unemployed workers. Workers Manglaru, we have manpower, but we are not getting from them. So this is supply side. Industries laru, factories laru, but they are not working. They are closed. They are under uses. Agriculture production laru, but we are not getting from the agriculture side. Inadequate infrastructure facilities. Matlab, government policies are not adequate. Munasib nidi. दिल पर मुनासिब नहीं दिच मंग द इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जमंगा कंप्लीट जोड़ख द मुल्क द इकोनॉमी दस यो जोड़ख द मंग तेना गट निश्वाख से इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जमंग एडुकेट ने दे इनएडुकेट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर मंग जोड़ करे. क्लियर. नेक्स्ट इज द कास्ट पुल इन्फ्लेशन. Cost pull inflation occurs when there is an increase in the cost of production of goods and it is not associated with the increase in demand. Cost of production जमंग increase शी दिल वजह जमंग inflation रज. अमा demand सरे कोम तालुक निश्ता. Demand सरे तालुक निश्ता लेकिन the cost of production चिकोम मंग तौलीदात जोड़ू दिया वही cost जमंग सर ज़्यादा वाले रश. What are the causes of cost pull inflation? Increase in money wage rates. Increase in money wage rates. तासु जमंग अफगानिस्तान तो करे दलता हर साढ़े आता सवा ज़र $2,000 माश लरी. This is a cost pull inflation. Profit push inflation. जब profit इजाफा वाले राशि, profit की ज़्यादा वाले राशि, उधर automatic inflation ज़्यादा ही inflation push कई वाले. जो मंग ज़्यादा पैसे लरू, we have purchasing power, we have more money in our pockets, so we can consume this money. And this will push inflation in the market. Higher taxes high. The government लखवाने taxes high. तकता खाम मवाद मल न रावड़ी ता खाम मवादो बांधी government taxes इजाफा की. तो तका taxes दे इजाफा कौलो लवाजे मंग खास पुल inflation ता जोर वर्को. Import prices के इजाफा वाले रश. Now what are the remedies of inflation? How can we control the inflation? How the economies, how the governments control the inflation? The main measures to control inflation are monetary policy. You have studied monetary policy and the macroeconomics. This is a policy where control the money supply and money demand in the market. So what they will do? First, they will make open market operations. Open market operations. What is open market operations? Governments control the inflation by open market operations. Open market operation is an activity यो दस अमल दे चुपदे अमल के governments investment की पुचिश की securities की securities tool दे वाखली investors तरह securities पाते निशी नो दे liquidity वर्क कई दे दगा तदा investors liquidity माना दा चुप high price की दा securities दे investors ना खली So this is open market operation. Variation in discount or bank rate. Bank rate या interest rate चे मंगवाई. बदी की variation रावली. Interest rate कम आई. फिर सो खालक investment होने की पो बैंक की. जैसे interest rate कम दे, सूद rate कम दे, सूद बैंक तो पैसे ना और की. So this will also control the inflation. Variation in reserve requirements. Reserve चे banking banks सेंट्रल बैंक्स चे रिजर्व्स लरी पो फॉरेन बैंक्स की पो इंटरनेशनल बैंक्स की अगर रिजर्व की कम वाले ज़्यादा वाले रावली. सो दिस विल कंट्रोल आल्सो इन्फ्लेशन. कंज्यूमर क्रेडिट रेगुलेशंस. कंज्यूमर्स चे कर्जा वर की पागे बंद रेगुलेशन रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस अप्लाई की गवर्नमेंट. सो इट विल आल्सो ब्रिंग अ ह्यूज कंट्रोल ऑन द इन्फ्लेशन. नेक्स्ट सेकंड रेमेडी of the controlling of inflation is fiscal policy. Fiscal policy is not related to the supply and demand of the money. It is related to the taxes, the government expenditures, the public borrowings, the financing. So fiscal policy means that they will make a infrastructure for the monetary policy, a new infrastructure for the fiscal policy. So a new infrastructure that changes the taxations of the products. So again it will control the prices, it will control the inflation. Changes in government expenditures. Government expenditures, they will decrease the government expenditures. They will decrease the public borrowings. Government will not borrow money from the international banks such as World Bank and IMF, International Monetary Funds. Government control of deficit financing. Deficit financing means there is increase in financing, increase in the loans of the other countries. So these are the fiscal policy remedies to control the inflation. There are other measures such as price support program. Government make programs to support the prices. They will control the prices of the products in the market. So this is another measure to control the inflation. Governments provide subsidies to the production plants, subsidies to the organizations, subsidies to the companies. So this providing of subsidies will control the inflation of the economy. Imposing direct control on price of essential items. The essential items, the basic items will be imposed with the control of prices. Clear? So these are the remedies of inflation. Next, deflation. Next topic is deflation. Deflation is a persistent downward movement in the general or average level of prices. So that value of money increases if there is continuous decrease in the price level. There is a continuous decrease in the prices of goods and services. So this will bring deflation. It's the against of inflation. Inflation was continuous or persistent increase in the price level. Deflation is the continuous or persistent decrease in the price level. What is this is called deflation. The state of economy where the value of money is rising or prices are falling. It's a situation where the value of money increases, but the prices of the products and services will decrease. So this is called deflation. Causes of deflation. What are the causes of deflation? Continuous budgetary surplus. Continuous budgetary surplus. Always they make budgets, surplus budgets to the ministries of the government. Large increase in discount rates. They provide large interest rates to the investors. Governments sell the securities to the private investors. Sudden increase in output. Sudden increase in output माना तौलीदातों के इजाफा वाले राशि. Changes in balance of payment. You better know the balance of payment. Balance of payment की change वाले राशि. So these are all the causes of deflation. What are the effects of deflation? It will bring overproduction. तौलीदातों को जोड़वलों की इजाफा वाले राशि. Traders losses. When there is deflation, all the traders who have trades with other countries will lose. investors of equities loss during deflation. هغه سرمایه گزاران چې په equities کې investment کوي لکه securities اخلي stocks and bonds اخلي they will loss during deflation. چې deflation وي دا خلک تاوان کوي. investors of fixed income securities will gain. هغه investors چې په bonds کې investment کړي bonds fixed income securities دي چې fixed income securities دي دوی به تاوان کوي دوی به ګټه کوي ولې چې ډیفلیشن دی د دوی ګټه هماغه ده فرق نه دی کړی لیکن قیمتونو په تولیداتو کې کمی راغلی نو دوی ګټه وکوله. فکسډ انکم کنزیومرز آلسو گین هغه کسان هغه خلک چې هغوی فکسډ انکم لري که تولیداتو قیمتونه 150 ته لاړ شي د دې تنخوا 50,000 دی که 50 نه 2 روپیو ته قیمت د تولید راشي د دې تنخوا هماغسې 50,000 ده نو چې داسې ډیفلیشن وي نو دی ګټه کوي 50,000 روپو باندې دی ډېر شیان اخیستی شي. کریډیټرز گین بیکاز ویلیو اف منی انکریزز هغه کسان چې کریډیټ پرووایډ کوي هغوی ګټه کوي ځکه چې ویلیو اف منی کې اضافه والی راځي. ډیټرز لاس بیکاز ویلیو اف منی انکریزز کسان چې قرضې اخلي هغوی تاوان کوي ځکه د پیسو ویلیو نشته ویلیو زیاته ده 10 روپۍ د 0 روپو په مقابله کې دي اټ مینس د پیسو ویلیو زیاته ده نو دوی تاوان کوي. ګیو رایز ټو انډسټریل انریسټ نو دغه خطره ډیفلیشن دې حد ته رسیږي چې انډسټریز زموږ چې دي هغه بندیږي او کار پرېږدي تولیدات جوړول بندوي. ډیکریز ان اکنامک گروث اینڈ آؤټپوټ اکنامک آؤټپوټ هم زموږ خرابېږي اکانومي هم گروث نه کوي ترقي نشي کولی. These are all the effects of deflation. Next, reflation. What is reflation? It is a situation of moderately rising general prices when efforts are made by the government to lift the economy out of depression. Out depression ne ubasi, crisis ne ubasi, no dui reflation po taraf ta zi. Moderately rising mana der munasib price level ki izafa wale rawali. Inflation ډیر په کم لیول باندې انفلیشن وي ډیر مناسب لیول باندې انفلیشن وي it is called reflation. It is characterized by expanding production supply کې اضافه والی راځي increase in money په money کې supply کې اضافه والی راځي consumer prices کې اضافه والی راځي increase in profit په ګټه کې اضافه والی profit زیاتېږي د خلکو. Next, disinflation, the process through which prices are brought down after inflation without causing unemployment and reducing output. Disinflation that's your situation there چې organizations or government کوشش کوي چې prices کم کی بغیر له دې نه چې inflation پس له inflation نه چې دوی یو غټ inflation سره مخ شوي اوس دوی prices کموي inflation کموي په inflation نه وروسته اما بغیر له دې نه چې انمپلایمنټ راشي خلک بیروزګاره شي یا په آوټپوټ کې فرق راشي آوټپوټ کم شي آوټپوټ هم سیم وي انمپلایمنټ هم سیم وي انمپلایمنټ کې هم فرق نه راځي اما ګورمنټس پرایسز کموي this is called disinflation. Next, stagflation. Stagflations involve inflationary rise in prices. Inflation هم ده prices کې هم rise راځي اضافه والی راځي په wages په تنخواګانو کې د خلکو په اضافه راځي at the same time the people are unable to لیکن خلک ability نه لري نشي کولی چې find jobs نشي find out کولی. It means our country Afghanistan has stagflation قیمتونو کې اضافه والی دی تنخواګانې هم ښې دي او unemployment هم زیات دی خلکو ته jobs هم نه پیدا کېږي. Firms are unable to find customers for what their plants can produce. هغه organizations چې دوی پلانټونه لګولي تولیدات جوړي دوی نشي کولی چې ځان ته کسټمر په مارکیټ کې پیدا کړي ولې هلته انمپلایمنټ دی انمپلایمنټ سره سره هلته پرایسز په های لیول کې دي نو چې پرایسز های لیول کې دي تولیدات څوک نشي اخیستلی نو organizations خپل د تولیداتو لپاره کسټمر په مارکیټ کې نشي پیدا کولی. When countries faces high inflation and low economic growth is called stagflation. Inflation high there or economic growth low there, it means there is stagflation. زمونږ ملک یو ګوري انفلیشن هاي دی economic growth نه کوي نو it means we have stagflation. This stagflation was in Pakistan during 2007 to 2009. There was stagflation. Prices were high, unemployment was also high. The people, the workers were unemployed. So the manpower was unemployed. The organizations, the production plants were closed. So this was the era of stagflation in Pakistan. One of the main reason of stagflation is reduction in aggregate supply of goods. چې تولیدات کې کمی راشي، تولیدات مارکیټ ته نه سپلای کیږي، نو دا stagflation منځته راوړي. Increase in resource cost. Resources you better know. Human resources, physical resources, right? Physical resources, human resources, money resources. These are all resources. د دې په کاست کې اضافه والی راشي، نو دا stagflation راولي. Reduction in labor supply. Labor supply کې کمی راشي. Labor نشته. Unemployment. So it will bring stagflation. Increase in taxes. Taxes asman to rasigi. Employment nishta. Prices high di. So it means there is stagflation in the economy. Next, measures to control stagflation. How to control stagflation? Wages should not be increased. دا چې کوم کسان زموږ په افغانستان کې پراته دي او دوی د تنخواګانې اخلي، د دوی تنخواګانې باید کم شي. wages باید زیات نشي. Increase of wages should be linked with the productivity. دا کسان چې څوک کار کوي د دوی wages، د دوی تنخواګانې هغوی د productivity سره باید کمباین شي، productivity سره باید ریلیټ شي. که چیرې یو کس زیات کار کوي زیات تنخوا واخلي، که کم کار کوي کم تنخوا واخلي. زموږ په افغانستان کې خو ټول یو شی دي، که څوک کار کوي که څوک کار نه کوي، ټولو تنخواګانې زیات دي. productivity سره باید پر wages شي کنټرول شي، productivity سره باید کنیکټ شي. که چیرې یو کس زیات productivity لري، زیات کار کوي زیات تنخوا واخلي، که یو کس کم کار کوي کم تنخوا واخلي. Training and development of manpower to increase productivity. دا کوم مین پاور چې موږ لرو یا هیومن ریسورس موږ لرو، بشري منابع، دې ته باید ټریننګ ان پروډکټیویټي په دغه ډیولپمنټ په دغه ورکړل شي، ډیولپ شي، دوی ټرین شي تر څو دوی دغه مین پاور پروډکټیویټي کې اضافه والی راولي. Government should take steps to improve employment. Government हमेशा इंटरफेरेंस की چې unemployment कम की، employment زیات की، बेरोजगारी कम की، रोजगार زیات की د خلکو لپاره. Country's basic infrastructure should be improved. لکه مخکې چې موږ ویلې انفراسټرکچر د ګورنمنټ ټوټل چې دی هغه خراب دی، نو کنټري مکمل خپل انفراسټرکچر کې بدلون راولي. It is called the way to control stagflation. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. This was your today's lecture. I explained in Pashto as well as in English. So I hope you will get my message from my today's lecture. For now, have a nice time, have a good time. Khuday Paman.